You're watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
It's huge, momentum-wise.
Hands to the sky like you're trying to steal a sun.
We've had some success this season. We're still waiting for that signature. It's a legacy in signing it. And
we might talk a little bit about the draw, but then we'll forget about it. Obviously, it's a big game for us.
Breath of fresh air, I can feel it in my lungs. If I push it all out, it would probably cause a storm.
It's going to prepare us both for sectionals, having a very competitive game like that. And hopefully see them again in sectionals.
When I'm telling you to reach.
Hey guys, I'm Andy McDonald in for Glenn. We're talking about playoffs next week. First is the final Friday night of the regular season, and this one certainly feels like a postseason matchup as 7-1 Leo takes on 7-1 DeKalb. And as that great Greek philosopher Marini once said, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Leo at DeKalb, it's your Highlight Zone game of the week. Both teams ranked in the top 15 in the latest 4A poll. Lions 12th. DeKalb right behind at 13. Early on in the game, Evan Eschbach up top to Kai Zacharias. That gets inside Lions territory, and that would lead to this. The running back, Landon Miller, handoff around the right side. He would find inside the pylon for a Barons touchdown. Is 7-0 in favor of DeKalb. Leo, though, using a little trickery to get their offense started. The reverse, Peyton MCHALE around the edge, and he'd get in the end zone. That's not his fanciest touchdown of the night. That's a little foreshadowing because Peyton Wall, number 5 for the Lions, on a little screen. 48 yards later, he finds a seam, gets to the end zone. That kid, yeah, he's going to be good. He's going to be playing rugby somewhere in the near future. And I talked about that Peyton MCHALE kid. Here's a Gem of the Night nominee. The little out route, stays up with a hand, slips a few defenders, gets in the end zone for a razzle-dazzle touchdown. It's 21-7, Lions at the half. Into the fourth quarter we go. It's more Wall on the ground, breaking a few tackles as Leo, they take care of DeKalb in the game of the week. 42-19, the final.
Our mentality. We were told, our coach said it's a tough loss. We have to forget it. It's in the past and get better every day. For us, it's another game. Even though they are 7-1, we're 7-1. We have to treat it as another game. We can't treat them better or worse. So every day in practice, we treated them with respect, and our scout teams were outstanding.
You know, we take the fact that we did have to battle in this game, and we did have to come from behind in the first half, and you know, I think we again played a physical opponent, and we know in our sectional it's going to be physical every week with some good football teams. So, you know, we'll get back to work on Monday with that in mind, and you know, everybody's 0-0 right now in Indiana high school football, and you know, got to come to play next Friday.
Next up, DeKalb opens for a sectional play at home against Columbia City, while Leo is also at home against Angola. Moving right along, East Noble clinching at least a share of the NE8 last Friday. A win against Belmont. The Knights would take it outright early on. Bailey Parker, pump fake, drops it in to Hayden Jones from the 20. He scrambles on in for an early 7-0 lead over Belmont. Then you'll see on the other side of the ball, yeah, Bailey Parker, same guy on the spot inside the 5. He jumps on it, and Parker, he's going to be monopolizing these highlights all day for a second week in a row. Up top to Gage Ernsberger. East Noble, they clinch an outright NE8 title, 56-7. That final. Moving right along to the SAC. Homestead clinched the first ever victory bell last Friday. Tonight, Spartans hoping to finish the season perfect against Southside early on. First possession, a tip pass by Southside. Malik Mickens there with the INT, and that would lead to this on the short field. Ryan Burden in place of Braden Hardwick rumbles through a defender for the 7-0 lead in favor of Homestead. The Spartans offense not really clicking on the night, and they still put up a lot of points. Cam Rogers around the left side inside the pylon. And we don't usually show PATs on the Highlight Zone, but this one is something special. Gunnar Fry, his 100th extra point of his career. Homestead finished the season 9-0 in the regular season, 56-0. That final over at Spooler Stadium. Bishop Dwenger and Northrop Saints heading into that 5A bracket for the first time with some momentum. Saints trying to get the drive going. Brendan Lytle to Michael Lito to move the change. The Saints, Toby Iki, you'll see He'll rip off 22 yards, but the Saints, they cannot find pay dirt in that first half. Bruins in the second quarter. It's Issa to Chara. He connects with Adrian Scott over the middle on the slant, tries to break a tackle for the first down. Bruins, they would finish this drive to Chara one more time to Sewell into your living room here, but that's the lone touchdown of the first half. Dwenger comes back in the second half to win a close one, 9-7, that winner. Bishop Lures, they won the Clash on Calhoun last week. Tonight, Knight's taller task against Snyder. Second half kickoff, Panthers already up 14-0, and you don't want to kick it to those talented, speedy return men. That's Jay-Sean Underwood all the way up to begin the third quarter, 21-0. That's a power stance from Kurt Tippmann, and you'll see why. This defense for Snyder, always good. Giannini Belzar takes him down one-handed. It forces a punt against Norman Kanapke calling plays, and it was another dangerous return man, but this time it's Joe Derrick rattling around and taking down Alonzo Derrick, but the Panthers offense, it worked some magic in that third corner. Lenny Bennett up the middle to make it 28-0. They win 35-0, the final. And finally, Northside won, Northside won for their last 5 Legends at Zollner to face Concordia early on. Tyler, that's Alex Holiday Robinson in the end zone, 7-0 Legends right there. But coming back the other way, Cadets, Tyler Grossman trying to get him in some good field position inside Legends territory, and that's when you'll see Concordia's Brandon Davis's to Grossman one more time, the leaping grab, and he'll get to the goal line for the end zone. Concordia, they rattle off 35 unanswered, including this Davis touchdown. Concordia, the Cadets, beat Northside 35-7, the final. And this one, final stop in the SAC. Carroll looking for the third win last 4 games. Chargers hosting Wayne early on. Jeff Becker over the middle to his big tight end, Eddie Bransfield. That takes the lead 13-6 in the second quarter. It was actually tied 6-6 at the half. Third quarter there. Now Wayne Generals coming around. You'll see Sean Collins looking like Reggie Bush against Fresno State. The sophomore has the wheels and also has some elusiveness. Generals get in the end zone to take a 13-12 lead heading into that fourth and decisive quarter. But you'll see Becker, another sophomore for the Chargers. He'll hit Tyler Morrison. That's your game-winning touchdown as the Chargers come back to win this one 20-12, the final.
Feels great. We struggled in the first half, but our team comes back and we really played as a whole in the second half. Feels good to get the dub.
You guys got to play Snyder again. You barely lost them by 1 point. What's the feel going into that game?
That 1 point loss, that blocked PAT, has been in our head ever since that game. So we just got that in the back of our minds. We just got to go out there and execute, and we'll be fine.
Kind of a second season, and the draw is what the draw is, and we're looking forward to the opportunity for a rematch with Snyder.
Well, they have a bye week before they get to that, and that does it for the SAC and Northeast State, but there's plenty more football left here in Week 9. Out in Death Valley, it's a South showdown for the TRC crown. Could Southwood win it outright, or would Tippecanoe Valley earn a share? And also in the ACAC, South Adams pushing perfection. Could the Starfires run the table in the regular season? All that and much more next in The Zone.
Southwood last year took an opportunity from us. Overtime by 1 point. Tonight we get redemption. Tonight we get even. Tonight we get a conference championship. Yeah. Here we go, Harry. Let's go.
Hey, let's break it down. Ready?
That was Steve Moriarty of Tippecanoe Valley firing up the Vikings. We went behind the scenes with Tippy Valley tonight. You can see more from Coach on Wednesday at 6 o'clock in our Highlight Zone 2-minute drill segment. One reason he's fired up, while most of the conference titles already decided before tonight, that was not the case in the TRC. Tonight's Southwood versus Tippy Valley game deciding the conference crown. Knights 7-0, Vikings right behind at 6-1. Early on, you'll see Tanner Tripodi picked off by Southwood's Arshan Ree. No score in that first quarter of play. It's all defense early on. Alex Farr for the Knights. He gets sacked, fumbled the ball. Tippy Valley with the recovery as well. The scramble, the fumble, the sack. It comes out of his hand. Harry Johnston jumps on it. Still scoreless into the second. That's when Farr from a far distance takes it out. Farr up top to Dawson Phillip. He catches it and rumbles 70 yards later. That's the first score of the game in favor of Southwood, 7-0. Southwood, 4th and goal here. He stops. He would get stopped by Tippy Valley. Not a lot of offense in this game, but, well, the Knights, they say anything you can do, I can do better. The Knights, they stop Tippy Valley themselves on 4th from inside the 5 as Southwood goes on to take this one, and they take the TRC crown for a 3rd straight year, an undefeated season, 21-7. That final. Moving right along in the ACAC, last week South Adams clinched at least of a share of the conference title for the first time since 1993. Starfires looking to win it outright against Southern Wells, but Southern Wells trying to tackle the Christian Somerset. Mason Taylor there for the tackle for loss, but James Arnold and company still looking sharp over there to Trey Schock. Gets in aside Southern Wells territory, and that would lead to this. Arnold, the perfect spiral up top to Drew Stutzman. We've seen that few times this year. He gets in the end zone, 7-0. Starfires, then Arnold to his big tight end. Yeah, he rumbles, bumbles, and stumbles his way in the end zone. That's Nick Miller, 14-0. Just 6 minutes in, South Adams wins big again to finish the season undefeated, and that outright ACAC title, 49-15, the final. Also in the ACAC, Woodland at Adams Central. This one to decide who finishes 2nd in the ACAC. Woodland quarterback Ben Reedy drops back, tries to find someone, and he will find Trevor Wallace in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown in favor of Woodland. That makes it 7-7. Then you'll see AC coming the other way, using that ground and pound game. They get inside Warriors territory. Alex Curry does for the big game, and that would lead to this. 3rd and inches from inside the 5. AC Blake Hirely runs it in to take the advantage, 14-7 in favor of the Jets. Then Reedy trying to will Woodland back. This time it's picked off in the end zone by Curry as Adams Central wins over Woodland to claim 2nd place in the ACAC, 42-14 the final. Final stop for football in the NLC, Warsaw at Concord. Tigers up to 7th in this week's 6A poll, but this one a blowout at half. Concord up 34-7. Don't call it a comeback though. Second half, here comes Warsaw. Keegan Larsh right around, gets in the end zone, 34-14. Then you'll see just down short of the goal line, that was Wyatt Amish. He powers his way to make it 14 in favor of Concord at that point, but then a miss to Mason Martz, cutting the lead one more time, but it's too little, too late for Warsaw as they fall to Concord, 34-28, the final. And we're not done with the highlight zone, the gem of the week, coming up next.
Okay, we're the Northrop Bruins, the gem of the night is next, and you're watching the highlight zone. Woo!
If you think we forgot, then you're a fool. This one will make you go, ooh.
Now sit back, relax, and don't fight.
Here's your gem of the night.
Conference crowns have been handed out, but the biggest honor of the evening yet to come, thanks to Peter Franklin Jewelers. We present to you with our Week 9 Gem of the Night. The honor goes to, of course, in that game of the week, Grayson LaRock over to Peyton McHale. He slips a few defenders after keeping his body up with that arm on the ground. You'll see it one more time, slow motion. McHale had a pair of touchdowns on the night as the Lions, they take care of business to claim 2nd place in that NE8 conference. They win over DeKalb 42-19. McHale one more time somehow stays on his feet to get around a few defenders, and congrats to Peyton McHale, your Peter Franklin Jewelers Gem of the Night. Key games next week. Of course, we got first round of the playoffs. No 6A, no 5A, but plenty in 4A. It's a tough sectional Angola is at Leo. That one is going to be a good one, obviously. East Noble also on that side of the bracket. So Leo would have to go through Angola and then East Noble, who won the NE8, to move on as well. DeKalb on the other side of that bracket in 4A. Moving on down, 3A Concordia got a big win over Northside tonight. They are on the road. 2A Central Noble is at Bishop. Lures obviously looking for another state title to bring to their trophy case. And finally, it's the game of the week. Southwood, you saw them undefeated, clinching that conference title against Churubusco. That one's in Turtletown, and it's going to be a good one. And it's going to be a good one as we get in playoffs going next Friday. But for Andy McDonald and Glenn Marini, have a good night.